NCTV45, The Train, anytime on your time.
This program was provided through funding from Cedars Restaurant in Newcastle, Pennsylvania. A special thanks to Cedars, featuring Middle Eastern, Italian, and American cuisine. Today's program was furnished by a grant from the Beanery Depot and Deli, featuring coffee, made-to-order subs, and snacks. The Beanery Depot and Deli in Mahoningtown.
Welcome to the Cedars Sports Corner, everybody. I'm Alex Laverson, and with me is our producer, Angelo Parada. And we had a week-long absence, I think a 2-week-long absence, actually. And
Mike was worried about you.
Really? And why is that?
Because he thought you were like LeBron. You went looking for some different kind of water.
Well, here's the thing, Angelo, and anyone who's been living under a rock lately would have missed that LeBron James is now an LA Laker. And this is different than when he went to Miami, Angelo. This wasn't a basketball move. This was a pure move based on the last phase of his career.
No, I can name you things that are in common with this that you'll go, wow, this had nothing to do with basketball.
I think this has been a pure business decision. I mean, the Lakers, it's not like when LeBron went to the Heat, he knew he was joining forces with, Wade and Bosh. The Cavaliers, without LeBron, are, I think, a better squad than the Lakers without LeBron. So he was basically went to a team that I believe was worse off. But now I think LeBron is kind of like, all right, it's retirement time almost. I got maybe, a handful of years left. And, I guess I can't fault him for wanting to leave. I mean, can you fault anyone, really? If they wanted to better themselves and better their situations. He has businesses in California. All right, he wants to get into movies. It's like he kind of has one foot out the door, almost. One foot in his basketball career, and one foot into his business, media career, and his movie career. So, I guess I have no problem with it, especially since, he won the city of Cleveland their first title in 52 years. And any Cleveland fan, for the most part, that you talk to is pretty gracious about him and appreciative of him, not like when he left the first time they burned his jersey. And Dan Gilbert, the owner of the Cavaliers, said that one day they're going to hang LeBron James's jersey from the rafters and retire that famous number 23 Cavs jersey. So, Angela, where am I wrong with anything I said?
A dragonfly, a water spider.
What? What are you talking about? I said, where was I wrong with anything I said?
A dragonfly or a water spider.
What about it?
See, in Italian, it was l'acqua, aqua. LeBron is like a bug in search of water.
Mm-hmm.
He went to Cleveland. He was right next to Lake Erie. Found out he couldn't win there, so he went to Miami, and he was right next to like the Atlantic Ocean and the Caribbean, okay, in search of water. Now he goes to L.A. because he figures, well, if
Cleveland, though.
he went back to Cleveland, got a couple calls so that he could win a championship. They says, geez, you know what? We feel bad. Here's a gift. Okay. Whoop, foul, whoop, foul. Also, foul. Water birds. He was like a seagull. So he landed in Cleveland. Now he flew to the Pacific Ocean to be part of the Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
The man's thirsty.
Mm-hmm.
He's you know what? Give me a win. Give me a win. Oh, please. They call all the fouls on me.
So, like, what do you think his primary motive is then of going to the Lakers then?
All he wants to do is buy a win.
I mean, I think that's obviously way harder to go to the Lakers and win than winning in Cleveland. I mean, because the West is so hard. I mean, look at all
Well,
those
you know
teams.
what? If they start charging fouls on him, it'll be real hard.
Yeah, but Angelo, I mean, if they were gonna call those types of charges on him at the Lakers, why wouldn't they still make those kind of calls with him in Cleveland? I'm just saying, from that point of view, like from what I'm getting at, it sounds like you think he's doing this to kind of have an easier path to win. I don't think that's the case at all. I think it's way harder to win in the West. I mean, if you were to say he went there to, basically improve his brand, improve his, marketing or businesses, then yeah, I would agree.
Listen,
but I don't
as
think
long
he's
as
gonna win
he's
there.
a wah-wah, he ain't loyal to Cleveland, I'm not going to be a fan.
Well, I don't think. Well, yeah, then obviously he's not loyal to Cleveland. Yeah, he left
Yeah.
twice. He's not loyal to Cleveland. But
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Well,
now
but Angela,
it's
I mean,
the water.
that's the water. But Angela, I also don't think that means that he still doesn't love Cleveland. I mean, how many people leave their hometown and go to a place with warmer weather?
No. Wait. If you love your hometown and you play basketball, and there's a basketball team there, you stay there.
Well,
Bernie Kosar didn't go flying around. Listen, you're having me talking like a Cleveland guy. He didn't go flying around the NFL trying to find a winner. He stuck with the Browns, no matter how painful.
so you think basically him going to LA, being, having his general
Absolutely.
manager, Magic Johnson, you think that he thinks that he's gonna win more basically there, even
Yeah.
though he's in a tougher conference.
Yeah, and he has an excuse. Well, I'm in a tougher conference.
Yeah, but
When he
Angela-
didn't win in Cleveland, he had to go, well, the guys don't like me. Throw me the ball. Oh, they called a foul.
I don't-
Now he can go, I'm in a tougher conference. So
Well,
it doesn't seem like he's a wah-wah.
I think he left Cleveland. I do agree with you that he didn't think he was going to win there anymore, and he basically, I don't think he wanted to get away from Dan Gilbert, that ownership, that I think he felt like he's done everything he can in Cleveland right now. Listen, Dan Gilbert has had LeBron for what? Not 11 years, maybe 7 years. He's failed. He hasn't done anything for him. Okay, so the Cavaliers.
But what has LeBron done for Dan?
Really?
When you
I don't know.
listen,
I mean, he did win him a
it's
championship.
not the
but-
job of the company to do something for, the employee. It's the employee to do something for the company, and then it becomes reciprocal.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, but
Wow,
Angelo,
wow,
they're not
wow.
winning. Dan Gilbert basically has said, according to inside sources and stuff, that he wanted LeBron gone. Isn't that crazy?
Because he's a troublemaker.
Well,
Fire the coach. Do this. Do that.
Well,
do
no, that's
that.
true. That is why he wanted him gone. If you read any article
Okay.
online, Dan Gilbert wanted his team back. He wanted his team back. He got tired of LeBron kind of running the show.
Yeah.
He
Well,
got-
LeBron isn't that good enough to run the show. That's what I'm saying to you. LeBron charges, it doesn't get called. LeBron isn't a Cleveland guy. He can't stay there. He can't stay there and take it. When the going gets tough, the tough get going. Guess what? Look at Brown, running back for the Browns.
I
He
know.
stood
listen,
there. No, he stood there. Everybody else stood there. He couldn't take it. Look at Willie Stargell. He stood there. Okay, I can go through countless examples. Now we got to go to a break.
We will go to a break, and we are going to finish talking about this in the next segment because there's some things I agree with you and some things I think you're so off on.
I gotta go get a drink of water.
Yeah,
I'm like LeBron.
Oh man, I think I need a drink too, but not water. But now a word from our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
Sylvan Heights Golf Course in Newcastle, Pennsylvania features many amenities, lush fairways, and great greens, and many challenging shots. Your crowd will applaud. A short drive from Butler, Sharon, Pittsburgh, Elwood, and Youngstown. It's Sylvan Heights Golf Course in Newcastle, Pennsylvania. Hey, Angelo Parada here for Croakers, Kegs, and Corks. And if that's not a mouthful, nothing is. But when you need a mouthful of that special brew, it's Croakers, Kegs, and Corks. You know, nothing tastes better than when you make it yourself. And I do some of that brew myself quite often. I like doing it. It's a great hobby, and it's something you can do. Croakers, Kegs, and Corks, located right in Union Township. Give them a try. This program furnished by the MAD Unit, Mobile Auto Detailing. See Michael Sad at themadyunit.com. Elham's for one great dining experience.
Welcome back to the Cedar Sports Corner, everybody. And we're just going to continue talking about what we were discussing.
Orange and red.
Orange and red. What about it?
If you live in Ohio, you're either orange or red.
Can you explain more about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cincinnati Bengals, orange.
Okay.
Cleveland Browns, orange.
Cincinnati Reds, red.
Cleveland, they were orange, they were red, they really don't know.
No.
Bowling Green. We're only talking about Bowling Green. Orange and green.
You count
Okay.
Ohio State?
Red.
Yeah. All right, what do you
Okay,
get at now?
so here's the point. If he didn't want... People in Ohio, they're a little nuts as it is. They don't know what kind of fan they want to be. So, to say that LeBron isn't a Cleveland guy, I mean, people in Akron, I know some are Bengals fans, some are Cleveland fans.
Yeah, look, I understand, the whole story was LeBron James, a kid from Akron, Ohio, the chosen one to lift the curse from Cleveland and deliver them a championship, and, he did that. It happened. But also, I don't think that means that he owes Cleveland his whole career. You know what I mean? He got him a championship. I don't think that means, he has to stay there. Deion Sanders is a Hall of Famer. He was on multiple teams. He was on the Falcons, the Cowboys, Niners.
That would be like asking New Rockne to go to another school. New Rockne is Notre Dame.
Do you still think...
That would be like asking Vinny Testaverde. He was Cleveland. He was Cleveland. Okay? How about, I don't know, Franco Harris, Lynn Swann. They're still all Steelers. In order for LeBron to be put in that category, he has to be able to take the good and the bad. He can't. He's a crybaby. He got the championship because they called fouls his way. Okay? Is he a good player? He's a good player. Okay? Is he a great player? He can't take the adversity. If you take Larry Bird, he didn't move from Boston. Magic Johnson, he didn't move from L.A.
About Shaquille O'Neal, he was on multiple teams. He's a Hall of Famer.
Okay. Shaquille O'Neal had no grounding into one. At that time, the Jazz moved from New Orleans Jazz. That's how they, and then they moved out to Salt Lake.
Well, see, this is what I'll agree with you. I agree with the premise that LeBron James is not through and through a Clevelander. That's okay. I think it's okay that he's not a full Clevelander. Okay. But
that doesn't make any sense because a majority of the people, he was branded a Clevelander.
Well, yeah, I mean that was like
he wasn't branded a journeyman.
Well, I mean the thing is he really wanted did he really ever wanted to be branded a Clevelander?
Well, then he should have never went to Cleveland. He should have turned down their first round draft choice and said, "Look, I'm not one of you."
Well,
don't pretend to be something you're not.
I get what. Okay, see, I think that's what you're driving at. You don't like LeBron because he pretends to be something in your mind, something he's not. I think it's obvious that he's not, a full Clevelander. I think if fans can accept that, then I feel like all this kind of bickering back and forth will end. Okay, so LeBron James is primarily known for being a Cavalier. Is he a full-fledged Clevelander? No. But I think that's okay. You don't. I think you could still be a legend in any sport, but not have to have loyalty to one franchise.
No, that does away with the team concept.
Yeah, but
totally out the door.
But doesn't that go away with players like Sanders or Shaquille O'Neal who were on multiple teams?
Sanders, for the most part, was a Cowboy.
Yeah, but he spent the same amount of years with the Falcons as the Cowboys.
He went to the Cowboys. He didn't go, I'm going to the Falcons, I'm going to the Cowboys.
He didn't end his career with the Cowboys.
I'm going here, I'm going there, I'm going there. Yeah, but, okay, he branded himself a Cowboy. You ask him today, I'm a Cowboy.
I actually think, I think he actually identifies himself more as a Falcon now because when he went to the Hall of Fame a few years ago, he put the black bandana on his bust.
No,
I'm not even trying to troll you. I really think he identifies himself as a Falcon. If you go on his social media pages, I think he has posts about him identifying himself more as a Falcon. So I'm okay with LeBron. If he ever wants to identify himself more as a Cavalier, that's fine. But I think he wants to identify himself more as a Laker now. That's what I'm saying. He's going to go to L.A., the Hollywood, the show, the Cavaliers are a local brand. The Lakers are a global brand. All right? The Lakers are a global brand all over the world. Yeah, they are. Like the Yankees and Notre Dame. The Cowboys, they're... How do you not see what I'm driving at?
I think I'm going to get sick and throw up in my water.
Oh my God. All right, well, we're going to take another break here. And when we get back, I'm going to discuss why I think LeBron James will have some resistance from some sects of Laker Nation who are still Team Kobe instead of Team LeBron. So we'll take a break, and now we're from our...
Charge!
Angelo, I gotta admit, this isn't as going as bad as I thought. I mean, there's still some things I don't understand how you're not seeing what I'm saying.
Have you looked at every time he's driven to the basket?
Okay, but I'm not talking about that. Okay, he could get started.
Okay, all he's done since his inception, and I'm really serious about this, all he's done since his inception is complain about the calls. To the point where they go, oh, okay, we'll give him some calls. And I really mean that. And he's just gone in search, let me get another championship. Because if he doesn't get another championship, he's just average.
Well, also remember, I'm not...
If he doesn't get another championship, he's just average.
Oh, man, I don't agree with that. I mean, you could be an amazing player and still, not...
Name an amazing player with one championship.
I can name an amazing athlete and player with 0 championships who was a complete a-hole, but he's a Hall of Famer, Terrell Owens. You can be a terrible teammate or person or player, but still be an amazing athlete.
Nobody remembers them. They remember Jay. Let's go.
Parkstown Restaurant has been serving the greater Newcastle area with quality and experience in family dining and great entertainment. Their superb menu includes sides, wings, pizza, sandwiches, Italian entrees, American entrees, soups and salads. Parkstown Restaurant located at 2800 West State Street, Newcastle. Eat in or take out. Also, call Parkstown and ask about what's on tap for entertainment. 724-656-1453. 656-1453.
Today's programming is brought to you by NCTV45 and NC Radio 450, Newcastle's community television station. This program furnished by Sporting Goods, 23 East Washington Street, Newcastle. Call 724-658-2535. These fine businesses provided funding for this program. Gatherings, Town and Country, and On Target.
Welcome back to the Cedars Sports Corner, everybody. Real quick, would you say Michael Jordan's the greatest basketball player of all time?
Well, amazing players, great players win championships. If you don't win a championship, or you win one, you're average. Now, an example. Joe Namath won one championship with the New York Jets. While he was a good quarterback, he wouldn't be called like a great quarterback because, and I like Joe, because he only won one championship. Now, when you talk about a Terry Bradshaw, a Roger Staubach, a Joe Theismann, you know.
I'm asking you, though, Michael Jordan, though, in terms of, you'll see where I'm going with this. Do you think he's the greatest NBA player of all time?
Probably close.
Would you, now, remember before you said great players don't switch teams or have multiple teams, right? Jordan was a Washington Wizard at the end of his career. He also retired and played baseball. So wait, time out. He stood the bulk of his career with the Bulls. He owned the Washington Wizards. No, you're thinking of the Hornets.
And he went and played for them. Well, he had ownership in the Wizards. Check it out.
Okay, whatever. But I'm saying he played with the Wizards.
So, okay, after you're done playing, if you go to your own team and you try and build a team, I get that. I get that. That isn't the case with LeBron James. Okay? He's just been flying from here to there, here to there, here to there, like a little bug. Could he have stayed in Miami? No, he didn't stay in Miami. You know why? Because everybody left. Okay?
Well, no, he Wade and Bosch were still there. He left Miami to come back to Cleveland and right or wrong. Because he was a villain at the time. He knew coming back to Cleveland and fulfilling a promise he made to win him a championship would change his brand.
That was just a bunch of bunk.
So, but
everybody left.
Then why do you think he went back to Cleveland?
He went back to Cleveland because people left Miami.
Okay.
And he didn't tough it out. When the going gets tough, he flies.
Do you think Laker Nation is going to give a decent amount of resistance to LeBron James? And this is what I mean by that. I remember in the early...
They're going to treat him like he's average.
This is what I think. I think.
Which he is average.
Oh boy, I think. In my generation growing up, a lot of it has been Kobe, LeBron. You're either Team Kobe, or Team LeBron, and so now LeBron's going into Lakerland, and I wonder how much of Laker Nation is still gonna have that I'm Team Kobe over Team LeBron. And I don't necessarily think they would.
What is his Team LeBron? He hasn't won one game with the Lakers.
Well, no, I'm just talking about, like, in terms of, like, fanhood and things like that. I mean, because there was, like, that, LeBron and Kobe rivalry. Now LeBron's going, to Kobe's turf. And, like, you just have to think there's going to be those full-fledged diehard Kobe fans who are kind of going to give...
I think the rest of the world sees LeBron James as a good average player. They don't see him as he hasn't won multiple championships with one team.
Well, he's won 2 with the Heat.
So they're just going to say, well, he's a journeyman.
Well, I think... Okay, so maybe even if he is a journeyman, I'm not even going to argue that. But, they're already, if you go on social media and stuff, there's photos of LeBron. There was like a LeBron James graffiti, like there's a LeBron James wall painting. So like "Welcome to L.A." or "King of the Land" or something like that. And then someone, I think, wrote over it in graffiti a few days after that and said, "We don't want you here. You're 3-6 in the finals. Kobe's still better." You know what I mean? So, and on Twitter and stuff, this is kind of what I'm saying in terms of resistance. There's still a lot of people tweeting saying, we don't want LeBron.
Who was the NBA player to visit North Korea?
Rodman.
Rodman was a journeyman. Rodman has championships. People don't see Rodman as being great. They see him as being very good.
Well, I mean, there's definitely, people who are going to agree with you there. You see already, both of our phones are
Kim Jong-il. He's gone, Rodman better than LeBron.
Yeah, but...
Rodman better than LeBron. No doubt about it.
Oh, man. But, I lost my train of thought. What was I saying already? Because you cut off on this thing.
There you go.
What was I saying? Okay. But... ultimately,
LeBron like broken rocket.
Those Laker fans who are already resisting LeBron James and kind of giving him heat, do they realize their team has not been to the playoffs in 5 years? LeBron is coming to help them, not hurt them. So they should welcome LeBron with open arms.
Whoa. First of all, okay, in fairness to the Lakers, and I'm not even a Lakers fan, they talked about in Oakland with the Raiders, the Lakers, there's a level of excellence. They see LeBron the same way I do, as a wham-wham. Well, and they're saying, don't come here and be crying. We don't cry. Listen, you never heard Magic Johnson cry because he got fouled. I'm not a Magic Johnson fan as much. You never heard Lou Alcindor, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar cry. Okay? So they're not crybabies. They had some of the greatest games with the Celtics. They were physical. It was a hard game. They didn't cry. LeBron cries. When he doesn't get a call, he cries. He does it all the time. He can't win staying in one place.
If he wins in LA, does that...
No. He's just moved around. No.
So even if he wins a title there in LA in the Tough West. This is what I do. This is where what I do kind of think. LeBron, in a way, was like a big fish in a little bitty pond in Cleveland. Now he's going to LA franchise, 16 championships, all those legends, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson, Kobe Bryant, and so on and so on. So in a way, it's kind of like, he was all alone there in Cleveland as like, their greatest player, and now he's going to LA with all kinds of great players. It's like, in a way, like he might just be a number there. You know what I mean? Because that's how many great players they had. You know what I mean? So I do wonder if maybe this ends up hurting his brand in a way, because he's gonna be like a whale.
I don't speak of players as brand. The NBA is a brand. Okay. The Lakers, the Steelers, the Browns, they're brands. If you play for them, you're the player. You're the employee of that team.
Yeah, and LeBron's trying to create a brand in LA. I know
Michael Jordan created a brand that was underwear, based on
Air Jordan shoes and stuff.
Whatever, but based on his play. What I'm telling you is LeBron isn't that good to have a brand.
I disagree so much. I mean, he has all kind of records though.
You need a glass of water. Records. I have records too. The Beatles, the Bee Gees, ABBA. I got a lot of records. The Carpenters. I love them all.
Well,
okay.
You know what? So as far as where I stand, I'm still gonna root for the Cavaliers.
By the way, you're sitting.
What's up?
You're sitting.
Okay, I gotcha. Well, where my viewpoint is, where my fanhood lies now.
He's a Cleveland guy.
I'm a Pittsburgh guy, but I'm still going to be a Cavaliers fan.
He's a Cleveland guy.
In the West, I'll root, for LeBron and the Lakers whenever they're not playing Cleveland, because I want LeBron to do well.
So you're saying if Cleveland plays the Lakers, you're rooting for Cleveland?
Yes, because I'm not. So many fans have jumped ship.
Cleveland guy.
No, Pittsburgh guy. So many fans have jumped ship, not once but twice. When LeBron went to Miami, and then when LeBron going to LA now, I'm not going to jump ship. I'm just not. You know what I mean? I'll root for the Lakers. They'll be my second team, but I'm not gonna. I'm just not jumping ship. I don't care how bad the Cavs are.
Here come the Browns. Here come the Browns.
Oh, no, I think we need to end the show.
Cleveland. Here come the Browns.
No way. Well, listen, I think we need to end the show. Do I dare ask you if there's any last parting words?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Here's the question. 1 out. A guy on first, a guy on third. The ball is hit to the third baseman. Why in God's green earth do you send the guy on third home to get tagged out? Phillies Pirates, 5th inning. If you were watching, you know what I mean. And I rest my case. I think you have to really go back and rethink your base running, Pittsburgh Pirates.
I'm just so emotionally burnt out from the Pirates.
Run like LeBron. He runs everywhere.
Well, how about right now, I want to run away from you in this show and out of the studio. But I want to thank everyone for tuning in, and you all have a great one.
A special thanks to the YMCA for caring about the Lawrence County community and providing funding for this program.